Hello viewers, Media J2K here. I just got done making a really long video assembling this Rattler, the gijoe classified HasLab RATTLER. I'll post that video someday. The other people who've already made those videos probably did a good job than I did anyways, so you can watch there. But I'll try and point out the important bits. Alright, so this is the damage mode. As you can see, with the damage panel in place, the lights are flickering where Ace was able to get some shots off onto the side of the fuselage, and it's registering in the cockpit to Wild Weasel. Baroness was also able to get some shots, and we'll see what damage she did to the Sky Striker if HasLab ever makes a Sky Striker. And right now we're in the HasLab campaign for the Snowcat, which just barely funded today. Barely reached the 8,000 funding mark. So everybody who's still part of that campaign will at least get the Snowcat with Frostbite and the blast effects and missiles and weapons and whatever Frostbite comes with. It's been a long haul, and I'm sure everyone in HasLab is excited. I'm thinking there's the Republic gunship, that also the Clone Army gunship. I think that just funded this week too. They've both been going slower than usual. So here's a ladder. It goes on the wing for the gunner, and this piece slips into that little slot there. There's one of these on each side of the wing, so you can put the ladder on either side. Alright, the lights do turn off by themselves. The batteries, any standard Phillips head, you could screw in the bottom, put in the 3 AA batteries. The button to activate the lights right behind the turret here. The wings, let me pause this. The wings you have to, I'll try. Yeah. The wings do go vertical for the VTOL portion, the vertical takeoff and landing. You just have to do it two-handed. I didn't get to missiles yet. There's a whole lot of payload that this Rattler carries. I don't have time for that right now. So they're two-handed to get the wings vertical. And if you want, let me turn on now that the light show is over. Now we can see. If you want to tip the wings up for storage to stay with, you have to press that button, and then the wing pulls out like I just did. Right? I'll do that on the other side too. Oh, okay. That was a risk. All right, but there we go. So you could store it widthwise that way, right? We're not so bad. We're not so bad. Sorry, the camera's so wobbling here. It's the way I'm holding it. I'm really sorry. If you're still watching, write wobble in the comments, please. But I will turn the lights back on so you can see. So that's takeoff mode. The lights are white. The cockpit lights up. The turret lights up. And then when he's to take off, you click it again, and the white goes away, they turn red, and there, now he's airborne. And you saw that I can't think of the word. It transitioned into the takeoff, from takeoff to airborne lighting, so that's good. There is, I thought I had it here, there is a panel that's not damaged that goes there. This ladder is for Wild Weasel or whoever the pilot would be at the time, but you pull it out from the bottom. Okay, carefully. Everything carefully. The turret, Gatling gun, does ratchet. And it's got, I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know if I'm supposed to take those off or leave them there. What I notice is the boosters have purple paint It's like sprayed on there. I don't know if that's a factory defect or it's supposed to be that way. When you put in the batteries, oh, let me tell you this is important. The batteries go on the undercarriage there, right here. All right. Put the batteries in before you attach the tail and the canopies. So you don't have to, because you have to turn it upside down or hold it above your head and do it that way. That's not fun. It's just a lot easier. I did it with the pieces already attached, so I had to be extra careful. If you put the batteries in first, you don't have to worry about being extra careful. So that's nice. But let me tell you this. Once this tail is on, you're committed to this length, which is about 35 inches from nose to tail. 35 inches. I didn't realize it was that big. I saw this in Comic-Con last year, and I thought, wow, this is a good size. But having it here in my house, now I'm like, oh no, I have nowhere to put it because it's too big. So just know that before you attach the tail, right at this point, you still have the option of, oh, if I don't attach it, I can just display it with the wings and everything will be okay. You know, the front wings, the figures, and you'll have space for it in a shelving unit. You know, well, probably not, but on a cabinet, right? But now that I got the tail in place, now what I have to do is wrap it up really good and stick it inside the big box it came in, which is that one that says action figures. And then the rest of it, this comes in, there's 3 inner boxes inside the Rattler box. The rest of it can fit in there, but the Rattler itself that came out of that box won't ever go back in there. The good thing is this box fits inside the inner box, so I can just have the inner box with this box in it and then the outer box with the Rattler in it. But again, you're committed. There's the Sky Striker, HasLab Sky Striker, and the HasLab Hiss. Those are the boxes. Those are manageable boxes. That's the Rattler box. It's as tall as both of those piled together, and it's like a nice big square too. Yeah, so know that before you start assembling this. The box is big and heavy. The Hiss box is pretty heavy. The Sky Striker box isn't as heavy as you'd think, but this Rattler box is really heavy. The figures, their helmets are made of soft plastic. Baroness has the interchangeable hair pieces. Again, soft plastic. Her glasses are probably soft plastic. The no pin joints, so the figures move. They're really flexible. They're really nice. They move really nice. I had another classified figure the other day. I can't remember which it was. I was really scared I was going to break the knees because those knees were really tight. I can't remember which figure it was. It might have been the, because I don't have many loose. It might have been the Metalhead. His knees, I think that was the one I was struggling with. All right, so I got you the tip on the batteries. The tips about the wings, do it double-handed. The tip about the landing gear, let me show you. All right, got to get this resting on my knees here. The landing gear. The rear landing gear, you have to latch them in together. I was struggling doing one at a time. It may be possible, but I was struggling, so I didn't want to risk it. These slots are for the missiles. And then these 4 hexagons are for the base that the jet can stay on, so it looks like it's flying. They did that with the Dragonfly. But they took away the option of maneuvering the aircraft on the stand like the HasLab Sky Striker came with. These tires, well, I got my gloves on, they do feel like thick rubber. So the landing gear will lower into place So it'll be on the stand and you can be in flight mode. But then to release them, you press this button to lower the landing gear. That's how they say it, right? In the aircraft world. There, it'll do all three at once. All right, so that's nice. As you know, the ARAH Rattler did not have that option. These wings fit, these tail wings, they fit in one side and the other, the slot. They're not scary. Just be careful when you put them in, and then the rear stabilizers, they slide right into place. But these main wings, I was scared getting them in place. They have these pieces that you slide over, and then you got to lock it into place. You just got to be careful. Just be careful. All right, let me stand this thing back up. And just like the original ARAH, the engine covers are not removable, but they do hinge up. So you could see the engine just like back in 1984. That's a nice feature that they included in this. Again, the one detachable panel. The panel on the other side is non-existent, like on the ARAH version, because they gave you the pilot ladder instead. I guess, right? I guess that's the way to look at it. And obviously, the gunner cannot climb into his position if the wings are in the up position. I lowered it so you could see. So this would be a good way to display it. And this canopy fits on nice, but it's loose. It's got a little bit of play in there. So if you're turning the turret with this, it's going to move around like that. I don't know if I did something wrong, but I'll watch other videos and see if people run into that same trouble. But I can't remember for sure. I had the Rattler back then, and then we got the Tiger Rat also. I don't remember though. Did the gun turn by itself with the canopy, or did the gunner inside turn with it like the HISS tank does? The original HISS tank. Oh, I think even the classified, the whole thing turns. Maybe that gunner figure never moved either, and just the canopy and the gun. Man, see, that's really tight. All right, and these guns, they only elevate, what is that? Like 30 degrees? That's it. So Wild Weasel will have to maneuver to get the target sometimes. And I'm wondering, I knew a guy, he was a tank commander in the Army. He said I think it was the Bradley, not the Bradley tanks, the newer tanks. He said they're so cool. He said the gunner could be aiming at a target, and then he could be aiming, he was a lieutenant, so he was in command. He could be aiming at a different target. So the gunner could fire the turret, and then he would immediately get control of the turret, overriding the control that the turret operator had, and can turn that turret wherever he needs to and fire. I'm thinking even while it was driving forward or backward or turning. Again, the turrets on tanks, they're independent of the direction the tank is going, so that's always good. The reason the tank moves is so it could get closer or further away from a target, pursue or disengage, right? But the fact that it has the independent controls, and once someone needs control, it could take over. So I'm wondering if the gunner, in this case I have Baroness in the back seat, in the turret, I wonder if she could take control of the flight of the aircraft in order to get a target. I wonder if Wild Weasel can let go of the joystick and thruster, and the autopilot will kick in and do what it needs to get the target. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much. I don't know. If you're a pilot, there's no gunners. I don't think any aircraft in today's Air Force has a turret like this. of this high technology. I think they're usually just stationary on the nose or stationary on the tail, and they may turn, you know, left and right, but I don't know that they control the direction of the aircraft. Okay, if you're watching this and you know, please comment and enlighten us all, please. Thank you. I'll also tell you, Wild Weasel was really hard getting into the seat there. I wasn't sure if his legs needed to be straight or bent. I did end up bending him a little bit, and he was able to sit down good on the seat, and I can get his left hand over the thruster, but I cannot get his right hand onto the joystick. His left hand is on the thruster there. It might have fallen off. But this front canopy lifts up. The front canopy comes off. The rear canopy lifts up. When you pop it into place, you gotta press and then press again. I double thumbed it on either side. So I pressed it, it clicked, and then I pressed it again, because the first time, the first click, as I lifted it up, it came right out. So I had to double click it. But there, you can see I can't, I gotta work on that. And I can't get his harness either, but I'll try it again. He's really a thick figure. Baroness is a lot thinner, so let me, well, no, she's strapped in. All right, all three of these move. That's nice. That's a nice touch. I don't think they moved on the Rattler. And the blast effects are there. They'll stick on to the rocket. I don't know. It's got two. It doesn't have three. Those blast effects are for shooting, and the missiles. Oh, here's the other panel. There's the. I'll show you the other figure. The patches and stickers are over there. I can't reach them right now. But here is the Cobra Rattler gunner. That's what he looks like. Figure number 185. Those are his, that's his patch, and those are his symbols. And the back of the boxes combined to make a Rattler, a complete Rattler. Like the Baroness has the middle and Wild Weasel has the tail, or vice versa. Alright, but if you saw Lenny's video, he said there's 2 levels of accessories. That's the panel. That panel came on the plane. This panel was in that position right there. All right. And then there's all these missiles. Oh, Baroness's other hair piece. That's the hair that comes on the figure. I put the thinner hair on her. It didn't work, so I just put the helmet on her. And those are all the racks that hold the missiles in place. All right, he's got the death bombs with the artwork. The golf ball bomb, Lenny had a different name for it. All right. But there is 3 individual, here's the, see, Baroness has the tail, Wild Weasel has the fuselage. Right? See, she's got the 2 extra hair pieces and the helmet and the, oh, I didn't put the oxygen mask on her. She's got her rifle and pistols in here. I didn't put them on her either because, as you can see, the oxygen mask wasn't cooperating with Wild Weasel, so I put his back in the box too. Oh, it's been a fun night. And there's all the pieces. There's still the stand. I didn't build that yet. But I think I got all the tips. As you're building it, be careful. Like I said, batteries first. It will help. Then be careful. Use 2 hands when you slide up the wings for the vertical takeoff and landing. That will, trust me, that'll help for years, for years, for years. This ladder is just for ground crew. They're going to have to take it away before takeoff. It doesn't go with the aircraft. So if they don't eject and they're able to land somewhere not at a Cobra base, you know, the gunner will just have to climb out of their turret and then jump off the wing. right? So you got the tips. Let's run over the tips again real quick. Push in both rear landing gear at the same time. One at a time. They won't engage individually. Or I couldn't get it to work. I didn't want to force it. The button for the lighting is behind the turret. The button to release the landing gear is on the bottom. The button for the wing is... let me find it here. Is right here. The button for the wing, and that, so you can pull it out. You got to press that, pull it out, lift it up. Press that, pull it out, lift it up. Okay. The canopies, double click there on the back, double click when you're pushing it in. Make sure it clicks and clicks. The front canopy is a lot easier. No problem. Wild Weasel, if you're a professional at this, I'm not. I'm you know, I've been playing with toys my whole life, but I don't force things. If I can't get it to work right, I'm scared. So I don't take much chances. The pros probably know how to get them in there right and get the harness on them. So I'll have to watch their videos. The Baroness, she's easier to get in, easier to get. I didn't want to wiggle her arm onto the joystick. I didn't have the time. I'll try that at a later date. The tail, again, once you put that tail on, it's not coming off. There's no way to disconnect it. I will later. I'll try and pull. What you'd have to do, if you could get this a little bit separated, then maybe you could get something pressing into the clips on either side, the left and the right at the same time, to press in on those clips, and then it'll come out. But again, I don't even know if that's possible, so I'm not going to try it. All right, and mine has this pink purplish paint on the booster exhaust. I don't know if that's a factory defect or by design. It's on all three, so I'll have to look into that. All right, thanks for watching. Again, Media J2K here. Cobra Rattler HasLab, and I didn't get the Dragonfly. That could be just as big, right? And you may all have this problem solved already, but this is a new problem to me. I remember seeing it last year in person at the Comic-Con, and I thought, wow, that's really big. But now that I have it in my house, I might have already said this. It's a whole different experience. Now I really have to find somewhere to put it where it'll fit. It will fit in the outer box, wrapped up really good, and then the actual Rattler box will fit in the inner box, so you just carry around the two boxes for the rest of your life. But that's it. And thank you for watching. Thank you for those of you who like, share, and subscribe. I'm you know, doing the best I can with these videos with my limited space and time. I really appreciate everybody who watches. If you're still watching, please write. I'm here too. All right. Thank you, Yo Joe and Cobra.